Estamos bem? Abbiamo parlato che quindi storia. Che il Congo è stata il Congo è tutto il poi lei così. Creo que el lo corría al final de lo bueno. Ya está grabando todo lo que en YouTube. Y el otro lo que hago es poner a grabar las cámaras también cuando empecemos. Ahí las tengo. Entonces, ¿qué está escuchando? Watch out. Cámaras no se van a grabar. Sí, pero que no. Right. Ah, Sol, devo andare a spiare. Perché stare attraversando le no, avevo a no ser la pongo chiquita o la pego al podio, pero entonces queda peor. No la uso para va, pero pegando con fuerza que abrir ahí. Ah, no me da muy abierto. Ahí,
Check. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. We're about 5 minutes from starting, so I'm gonna ask everybody if you can please take your seats. Please take your seats so that we can go ahead and start this celebration for our great friend, our great cousin, our great family member, Antoine Philidor. So please take your seats at the next 5 minutes.
Pero yo no creo que valga la pena complicarme la vida, colectar todo esto allá. No sé, eso. Tengo que hacer. Oiga, ¿será que apenas empiece? Ajá. ¿Pero dónde la pongo? Cuento de saga. Cuando acabe, cuando ya les demos planes y medio, voy a tocar la clave. No, no, no sé si te voy a llegar.
Good afternoon. Yes. Good afternoon. My name is Marvin Antoine Philidor, known as Junior. I welcome everyone to this special gathering as we celebrate the incredible spirit of Antoine. We come together not only to honor his memory, but also to draw the joy and light that he brought to all of our lives. Antoine's presence was a beacon of happiness, a reminder to embrace each other in love. As we reflect on his life, let us carry forward his vibrant energy. Let's carry forward his vibrant energy and unwavering positivity. He was a positive man. May today be a testament to the impact he had on each of us and the legacy he leaves behind. Let us cherish his memories we shared, uplift one another with stories of his boundless enthusiasm, and find solace knowing that his spirit lives on in all of our hearts. Thank you all for being here to celebrate Antoine's life. Let's embrace this time with gratitude and share the sense of love that he always inspired. I'll tell you like this for me. It is truly an honor to stand here before you guys. A couple weeks ago, a couple of days before he passed, our last conversation with him, you see a picture of me and my friend who's at a Dolphin game, unfortunately, the Dolphins lost. Nonetheless, he commented on the post. And on that post, I thought it was funny. There was a post of me, a guy that DJ and lead our tailgates, and he said, "Oh man, you're an MC." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm an MC." And I took that with a smile, not knowing that that was my cousin's calling to me. So I say to all you guys, I take with much pride that I'm here before everybody. Junior, as you watch, I hope that I keep you proud and everything. But one thing about Junior, Junior had a way to see things in people, encouraging them every step into their gifts and bringing out the best in everyone. So today, I take this role as an honor, but as a way of fulfilling something he saw in me. And just like he always did, I hope to bring joy, energy, and love into this space as we celebrate this incredible life together. This family right here is a God-fearing family. So before we start anything, we're going to start this up with opening prayer. I ask that everybody stand as I give this reflection in this Bible verse and this prayer as we start this day right. Open it up with God. In moments of loss, it's natural to feel the weight of sorrow, but Jesus himself reminds us not to let our hearts be troubled. He has prepared a place for us, a place where there is no pain, no suffering, only eternal peace. John chapter 14, verse 1 and 3 reminds us of that. And it says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, also believe in me. My Father's house has many rooms." So understand that as we go through this, God is watching over us. I ask that everybody bow their heads as we allow the Lord to enter us. Father God, we thank you. We thank you for this day, Father God. We know that this day you've brought before us, that you fill our hearts full of gratitude for the life of Antoine Philidor, for a man whose joy and kindness and love have touched so many. Sorry. Though our hearts are filled with the weight of loss, we stand together in faith, knowing that his spirit lives on in the love he shared and the memories we cherish. Lord, we lift up his wife, Audra, his sister Nina, his brother Mozart, and his nephews Jamal and Josiah, along with all the other family and friends who are here with us today and those that are watching online. Surround them with comfort and peace. Strengthen them in the moments of sorrow and remind them that they are never alone. May they find refuge in your presence and draw strength from the love of family and friends. As we gather today, let this be a time of healing, encouragement, and celebration. Fill this space with your light, reminding us to embrace joy as Junior always did, to love without hesitation, and to carry his vibrant spirit forward in our own lives. May this gather be a testament to the love he shared, and may we leave here inspired to walk in kindness, faith, and unity. In your holy name we pray. Amen. Right. So first up on the program, Junior always wanted things to be viral. I remember a lot of the memorials we had as a family. He always wanted us to stay positive and stay happy. Junior to me and my family, he's probably the only one in our family. Every family got things. You got factions. You got auntie this and them people. You got uncle this and that people. Then you got cousin this and that people. And then you got Mario, Angela, and Dexter by themselves. You got all these factions. But Junior is the only one in the family that I know he never was divided. He always kept it together. He was that bridge. There was a gap in our family. Junior always filled it. Every time I saw, he said, "Tutu, you know, I ain't got time for that, man. It's all about positive energy." That was Junior. The other thing is, I remember my mom always wants to sing. I'm like, Junior, why should I sing? He's like, because she could sing. Junior, I don't think she could sing. Yeah, she could sing. That's my cousin. She has to sing. And that's what Junior always did. So it's only fitting that me as an MC, I welcome my mom up here to sing a song on behalf of Junior. So I like to call up Devin, everybody call us Tina, Nunu. I call her Mom. Mom, come on up.
Hi, everybody. The song is in French. It's about God said, no matter how dark it is, He will always be with you. And Oji, my cousin, love you so much. If I was a man, I would be jealous because when he mentioned you, it's my wife, my wife. Make people feel like he's the only one that have a wife. Yeah. And he will always be with you no matter what path God choose for you. Junior will be in your side. I love you. Si la mer se déchaîne, si le vent souffle fort, si la banque t'entraîne, n'aie pas peur de la mort. Si la banque t'entraîne, n'aie pas peur de la mort. Il n'a pas dit que tu coulerais, il n'a pas dit que tu sombrerais, il a dit allons sur l'autre bord. Allons sur l'autre bord. Si ton cœur est en peine, si ton corps est souffrant, dis à Jésus, il te donne sa paix. Dis à Jésus, il te donne sa paix. Il n'a pas dit que tu coulerais, il n'a pas dit que tu sombrerais, il a dit allons sur l'autre bord, allons sur l'autre bord. Si un jour sur la route tu rencontres le mal, ne sois pas dans le doute. Dieu aime ses enfants. Ne sois pas dans le doute. Dieu aime ses enfants. Il n'a pas dit que tu coulerais, il n'a pas dit que tu sombrerais, il a dit allons de l'autre bord, allons de l'autre bord. Il n'a pas dit que tu coulerais, il n'a pas dit que tu sombrerais, il a dit allons sur l'autre bord, allons sur l'autre bord. Love you, Eulogy. Love you.
Junior still gonna pick it right, huh? Thank you for that, Mom. Really, really, truly appreciate it. You know, as we go through this, I know songs like that break us down, makes us feel sad. But one thing about Junior always had positive. He always had positive energy. He always had jokes. He always had this, that, and the third. So continue to remember as we move through this day, let your tears be tears of joy, but let them be a remembrance as they come down your face. That you know what? Jimmy was a good man. That man lived his life. He made sure everybody around him was positive. Like I cannot remember him being mad. Like I'm sitting here thinking about it. All Junior said, man, that's crazy. I'm gonna go play some video games. Yes. The only thing that probably makes me feel a little bit down, he was big into video games. I got Uncle Joe here. I beat Uncle Joe a couple times, man. I got that. I only got this one win. I got to pick him because he beat me 3-0. I got cousin Pat here. Beat cousin Pat a couple times, man. But Junior, man, I ain't never beat him. Never beat him. And now that I look at life, like I can see bits of Junior little pieces of my life. Because now with this new college football coming out, now my oldest son, I can't beat him in that. But guess what? Junior taught me to be positive. Junior's probably the only one out of that generation of cousins. Yes, I'm talking about you, Pat, and Uncle Joe, who didn't make fun of me after they beat me. All he told me was I learn from your mistakes and move forward. Joe let my mom beat me. Pat kicked me out his room. You know why beat me. But anyway, that's how Junior was to the family. Junior was a loving person. He's the one that kept us all together. So as we go through this day, just when you leave from here, I want you to leave from here being that loving person in your family, being that person to fill the gap when there's dissension amongst family members and friends. Be the positive one. Walk out of here with positivity. No sorrow. Junior don't want no sorrow out of here. He want nothing but positivity. So right now we're gonna go to our tributes. These are people that I'm pretty sure Junior wanted here to speak for him. First person to call up as a friend, Quincy Cartier. Can you please come up? Ginsey, sorry, Ginsey. I'm bad. I'm sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. All right. I try to think about what I want to say without crying. So I say, the best thing is keep it quick. that might not work. So Twan was the ultimate friend. He always had your back. The one story I can say, not really a story, that stands out I can share to speak to his character. I thought about it. The one time that I actually was upset at Antoine was because I asked him to do something wrong and he wouldn't do it. I had to check myself. Like, how could you be mad at that man for that? So that's who Twan was. And I just want to say, I used to whoop him. Good evening.
You know, one thing, I'm a kid of the Bible. You know, my mom, my dad, I'm a kid that went to Catholic church, then went to Christian church, then did the Haitian Pentecostal church that had a creed meeting where you in church till Friday till 12 o'clock. Then I turned around and said, I say that I always say I'm a man of God. So one thing the Bible taught us as we think about sorrow and those that leave us, family members that leave us, the Bible tells us that we're judged based on who we are in life. We know that Junior is a good man. So we all know that when it's time for all of us to go up there in heaven, he's going to have that room up there ready for us. So to you, I ask you keep that same energy because I'm pretty sure he's going to have that game up there ready for you. And he's going to bring back, remember what you said at Memorial Service? Let's sit right here. Junior's going to be up there waiting for us along with a lot of the pillars of our family. Tati Joy. We're going to be up there with Tati Joy. They're going to have that good food, that good bread, all that good stuff. So next up, I'm gonna bring up his brother and sister, Mozart and Nina. But I will share this one thing as a group that we did. And this is, we have things in life. People call it trauma. I call it positive stuff. I call it good stuff. This wasn't, it might have been trauma, but it was funny. Now I look back at it, it was funny. Our family was very strict. Look, Nina's already left. She already know what time it is. I used to go there to their house as a kid after school. My mom would pick me up and things like that. And I don't know what is it we did, but we knew when Tati Jose came home, we was all getting a beating. We was all getting a beating. And if I'm not mistaken, it might have been Nina's fault. If I'm not mistaken, 42 memories going back. But Junior said, you know what? We're not getting in trouble. We're not getting beat. Beatings are stopping today. So we decided to go throughout the whole house, ransack the whole house, and hit every belt. And sandal. Belt and sandal. Pastor Jose came in. She's fussing at us about whatever it is we did. I don't remember. And Junior, like a true family man, took it like a team face. He told her, you can't do nothing to us. You ain't got no belt. Little does he know, we come from a family of disciplined, Haitian, strong women. And the most traumatic thing I've ever saw, his mom picked up that right foot, and came to. It was so fast, me and Nina cried. She didn't even have to touch us. But guess what Jan did? Like I said before, he filled that gap with family. He got in the paint for family. So, Junior, I appreciate that. To be respectful to all my great aunts. So with that said, I've asked Mozart Philidor to come up as a brother and Nina to come up as a sister to provide their tribute.
Good day, everyone. My name being Mozart, and I have to give my brother this farewell soundtrack. Anything that son was talking about a few songs. So here's some of the songs that kind of basically you can obviously remember him when he had in his ringtone or his playlist. This is one that I can say that I constantly heard when he was playing NCAA habitually when he was beating everybody. Oh, don't get it twisted. I can put my entire life savings on Twan when it comes to math. He will obliterate me. I gave him the controller one time and I was down a lot. And then he came back and almost won the game. My brother was like the god of Madden. Like when it comes to it, he does not play around. Like you pass him the controller, he'll help you out.
I was just thinking about you.
Oh, that was his internet from Jim Scott.
Wondering if you wear the same cologne. Oh, yes. You take that out. Maybe that's
When I heard the news from Nina telling me that my brother was gone, I never cried so much in my life. I never felt so much pain. I cried like 11 days straight. It was just so broken. But at the end of the day, like everybody's saying, my brother was a peacemaker. He was the guy that I say, jokingly, if he was the the ruler of the world, this world would be prosperous and peaceful. Because the way that he would just negotiate and be the middleman when it comes to certain things. I remember when I was little, 12 years old, coming down here in 97, starting to meet my sister and my brother for the first time. Twan, I'm short. Twan was, before my growth spurt, I was actually short. So Twan was basically taller than me. So looking at him, it was just like a big grizzly bear. But when you hugged him, it felt like a marshmallow. And the thing about my brother, like everybody says, you can't get mad at him. You really couldn't. You really couldn't get mad at him. Even if the way that he sometimes addressed situations very bluntly and direct, but at the same time you kind of felt irritated and annoyed, but at the same time it was a lesson because he was trying to teach you something. The thing about my brother is like he was a great big brother to the end. Times that I remember that from going to the Dolphins game, he took me to my first basketball game, my first football game, knowing that even though as a little brother, there's plenty of times that I was stubborn, that I was ignorant, sometimes too egotistical and sort of a loner, but he was still there. It's just so surreal that he's not here. And it's just, I just learned from him, learned that, just to be a great guy and to be positive. Even when I was little, with all the controversy, my brother was the middleman, and I end up me and him and Nina. We secretly went to go see their mom, and basically everything that was just frivolous rumors or whatever shut down. Why? Because my brother was there to show this is just a figment of imagination. She was a lovely lady. She said hi. She talked to me. She was very positive. And being a little kid with all the stupidity and drama made me realize it's just stupidity and drama at the end of the day. The way that my brother captured the room wherever he went to, he always had to either
would either, find a way to make you laugh and make you smile as best as he can. His jokes were amazing, even though they were sometimes kind of brutal. It was basically like a great example. But a lot of people think that some of his jokes were full of laughter and full of humor. But at the same time, it was full of thought and intelligence. One of the things that had me dying one time is two stories. I'm on his Facebook feed, and he has a big F with a palm tree on it. So I guess it was a challenge for my brother to challenge his students to basically tell them, hey, if you fail, I'm basically gonna have to make these F's kind of extravagant. So the F that I'm talking about was an F on an island with a big palm tree, a big capital F, and he wrote it on the students on paper. And I'm like, Twan, why you did that? He's like, hey, listen, I'm trying to help them out. If they want to fail, that's them. I'm trying to get them basically to let them know that you have to do something. And at the same result, you look at it, when you see that F, he's basically telling the student, if you fail, you're going to be in an island by yourself. So those are the type of lessons that, you kind of embrace when it comes to my brother. My brother was so positive. Like everybody said, you couldn't get mad at him. And then if you were mad at him, it was just a figment of your imagination. The thing that's just so beautiful about my brother's life is basically the point of him reaching up to his peak with a beautiful lady named Audra Coleman. Audra, thank you for making my brother the man that he is. I can say that a lot of people say that their women is their rock. You're not his rock. You're his mountain because he climbed up to his peak. He saw the top of the world. I seen all his smile was shine. Basically, it was shinier than any other smile before. And I thank you for being that woman that he found. I should know because being a big brother, I was in the backseat on some of the dates that my brother was making. And it's like, and it's not, what I see is that progression. It doesn't take, you don't have to act like a Ferrari to get to where you need to go. Slow and steady. That's how my brother was. Slow and steady wins the race. I saw that he was basically definitely a big brother when he moved to Georgia. And then when Nina and Nigel was making that decision, my brother was there. Even when I was going through stupidity and ignorance through my life, my brother was there. And it just shows that, through times tough, my brother was there. And it's just so surreal that he's gone. But I know that he brushes me and our family with his wings every day. It's like I posted last week. I was in the process of obtaining a new car, and we went through being financially responsible. At times, we have a sense of being ignorant when it comes to being our finances. But my brother was on the way to teach me and teach others on how to be fiscally responsible. I just want to say, bro, I love you, even though if you didn't know, I know you know that I love you. I love you since day one. You're the exception of a Haitian child. You did your thing. You walk with so prestige. My brother never really dabbled in anything negative. He was always a positive person. Even when it came to any type of situation, he was always positive. And it's just, to this day, I didn't expect my brother to to God call his name as quickly as possible. But I would assume that we would be old and gray. But we can't. It's an uncontrollable event, and we can't do nothing about it but celebrate the glory that we have, which is Antoine Junior Philidor. Bro, I love you. I love everything about you, and I thank you for being a big brother. And you're basically the example of a big brother. If Big Brother had a definition in the dictionary, your face is right next to it. He's one of the greatest big brothers of all time. I'm not saying that because he's my brother. I'm saying because of the examples that he put down as a big brother to be the mediator. You didn't have to. He wasn't the guy that came and bullied you and beat you up and stuff like that. But he probably just bullied you with his intelligence. But he made you know that he still loved you. He still got your back. And whatever the case may be, he always was there, even though far away, he still was there. So, bro, once again, I love you. Thank you for making examples that I'll definitely make in the future. Thank you for being a great uncle and definitely being a great brother to me and Nina and to Nigel too. And I thank everybody here too, showing the love that you have for my brother as well. Thank you.
All right, now, as an uncle, I'm gonna go ahead and call Josiah Jamal up. One thing I know is Junior was very proud of these two young men. The way Junior was to these young men is the way he's been to every young man in his life. Me as a cousin, shoot, Junior came to my son's football game in Georgia. And instead of just being that cousin to sit there and watch, he pulled him to the side and talked about technique and things like that. So that's what Junior was to all the young people in his life. Those up there in Georgia, those down here in Dayton. So Jamal Josiah, I know y'all gonna make y'all uncle proud. So you guys take the win.
Good day. Um, Uncle Tom was a character, you could say. He always come with a smile on his face and he'll always lighten your day. He'd up from going on road trips, like we had went to the Kennedy Space Center that one weekend, or just coming over and hanging out and learning about different stuff. It was always a learning lesson when you went somewhere. Um, whenever we would come over, we'd always go somewhere. Like after we had went from the duplex, we'd always go try some new food. He would always take us to a different, I don't know, Oriental place. Uncle Tom always has some type of love for Oriental food. Like every weekend, we go to a new Oriental store and try some new Oriental food. And whenever I get a cheeseburger, some people be like, you need to step out of your comfort zone and try something different. All I can really say to Antoine is thank you from the long nights during the summer, from working out to just hanging out on the weekends and using the learning experience just to learn from just life experiences, really, just anything that I could take from it. All I could say to you is just thank you because I learned a lot from you. And to Audra, Mama, all I could say, just give me a little bit of time. Like I said, just I'll be here. Just give me a little bit of time. Everything will be better. Okay. So, as Uncle Tom would say again, good day.
Well, Jamal, I know Twan, cousin Twan will be so happy to see you come up here and speak with strength, power, dignity. That's a great way to represent your uncle who loved you so much. So now I'm gonna tell you this: the same way during the off season he had you working out. He's watching, so you can't cheat nothing. Same thing with you, Josiah. Once y'all boys go in there in the classroom, there's one thing Twan was real big about: student athlete. Student first, athlete second. Junior was smart. You guys are smart. Be the example, be the legacy out here for them. I challenge both of you guys with that. Continue to work, continue to grind. Make Junior proud. Next I call up is their mom, my cousin, Nina. Come on up, Nina.
Good day. You cannot limit me to 3 minutes. I can't. 40-something years, I can't just put in 3 minutes. First and foremost, I just want to tell everybody thank you for coming out. Just bear with me. Okay. First, to my boys. No words can describe the loss of your uncle. Uncle Twan is gone, but he would never be forgotten. It comes to ugly cry. You may physically be apart, but his memory and love will live with you forever. 100,000 words cannot bring him back. I've tried, neither can a million tears. Uncle Twan left his footprint in your heart. The price to pay for having an uncle like him is too high. Therefore, treasure all the memories. All the visits when you were younger, coming up spring break for the summer, hanging out with the football team, to the point where they thought you were his kids and they called you little Philidors. All the laughs, the jokes, even the sarcastic ones, make you just look at him like, okay. Swan loved you guys. He loved you. Sometimes the love that he had for you, I would sit with Nigel, like, do we have these kids for him? Because he would call, what the boys doing? Like, nothing. What do you want? Like, we'll come get them. You, there's always a bag packed. So, I leave you with this. I pray that you continue to honor your uncle's wishes, which is be successful in life. Respect yourself and people around you. If I could wish anything for you, I would wish that the bond that I had with my brother, I wish that you guys have the same bond. To respect each other, love each other, because that's all you got. And then, yes, sorry. To Audrey, to my big sister, gorgeous woman. The loss of a spouse is profound. It's a profound loss. We cannot imagine your grief, especially this one. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for loving my brother. Thank you for having that special bond and love for each other that he was so proud to say, my wife, my wife, my wife. The love that you share with Juan lives with you. He is your guiding star. And that love will live with you forever. It will uplift you. I know it's unfair for all of us, especially for you. You know you're not supposed to question God, but I did. I didn't understand how He could take away someone like Antoine, so full of life, so full of joy and love that I always admire your relationship. I would always laugh at how he would respond, or you would respond to his you would respond to his sarcastic remarks. He would just be, Twan could just go on and just he would basically somewhat embarrass you, but make you feel like did I get embarrassed? I remember a conversation that you and I had, and you said everything that you wanted in a man, Antoine was it. He checked off everyone. He was your person. He still is. I'm not gonna stay up here. I just want to say this, Audra. I love you. I am an extension of Antoine. And I don't think I need to tell you, you can call me anytime, whenever you want to scream, yell, whatever it is, I'm here. To Mom, Kristen, and Scott, thank you for loving my brother. Thank you for accepting him in your lives. Words cannot express my gratitude, but I just want to say thank you. I'm sorry, I'm getting notifications. So when I was told that the date that we're having the celebration of life for Antoine, I went upstairs and sat in front of the computer for hours. I need to write something down. I need to say something, but how can I say something, or how can I basically summarize 40-something years in a 5-minute speech? But when I decided to do so, basically I wanted to do a thank you note to my brother instead. So first and foremost, I was going to thank God for allowing me to have this man in my life these past 40-something years. He was more than just a brother. To some, he was Antoine, he was Twan, he was Big Twan. To me, he was Junior, or my Haitian version of Heavy Lee. My big teddy bear. This year, he was my confidant. father figure, and more importantly, a friend. Came from the same womb, calling my belly mate. So to Antoine, thank you for the long talks. Thank you for the listening ear. Thank you for not judging. Because I know at times our conversations, I know you were like, but it was like more so you didn't judge. Thank you for stepping up when mommy died. Thank you for stepping up when papi died. You became more like a father figure than a brother figure. I could speak to you about anything and everything. You never had anything negative to say. And I knew you wanted to say something, but you wouldn't hurt my feelings. So you would do your infamous head down, shake your head, smile, and walk away. I'm not gonna lie. Junior's passing broke me. The morning I saw his number come up on my phone, I thought it was him running late for work, but it wasn't. It was hard because he left me with a huge responsibility. Now I'm supposed to be strong, and I'm supposed to be strong for Audra and the boys. But I just feel like who's going to be strong for me because the person I would turn to is no longer here. I'm not going to read this. I just want to say thank you for everybody for coming out. No. I just want to say thank you for teaching me how to make rice and peas. I think teaching me how to well season some chicken, the different variations of ramen noodles, you add the cheese and butter, good. Thank you for all the adventures, the trips. I thank you for, I'm not gonna lie, my brother and I had a good childhood growing up in the islands, and we used to get teased a lot, called us the little Cosby kids, but I'm just blessed. And I at first I was upset because God took him away so soon, but I am thankful that I removed and I was able to spend these last 4 years with my brother. As much as I hate Georgia, for the Haitians, it's okay. Okay, we're gonna figure it out. That was an aspect every time that I called and complained. We're gonna figure it out. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. But such a gentle soul, a gentle giant, a golden heart. God got me with this one. I feel like God just took God. I'm not too jealous of the fact that how we were loved, on how we loved him. Um, I'm trying to scroll down. It's too much, y'all. Okay. I just want to say this. I know for a fact that when Twan left, there was a fight between your grandmother and my mother. Because I think your grandmother loved my brother more than my mom. But I know for a fact Twan gained his wings. I know for a fact Twan got his crown. Um, I just want to say thank you. And thank you.
All right, at this time, we're gonna go to open tributes, but I'm not perfect at all, so I made a mistake. So as we open up the open tributes, after this, we're gonna bring up as a colleague, Lemon Chassinger. Come on up.
You guys know him as Twan, but I know him as Philidor. And my nickname for him was Phil Ador. Ador Philidor. Philidor and I, we met teaching at the Miami Senior. We didn't do much teaching. There was a lot of joking in the class, just having fun. We taught, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Just like sisters say, the sarcasm, the jokes with the sarcasm. And, you know, if Philidor would tell these jokes like to the kids, right, we would just go over there, heck, and be like, huh? And me, I'll just be in the corner. I'm just bawling. So one joke I remember is like we had this kid, a big kid, Sam, just couldn't shut up. Always just last time. And one day he tried to come from Philidor, say like, bruh. Philidor said, no, sir. Bruh is what your mama wear. Got it down. Now look what's teaching. But on a serious note, though, when I got the news, when OG called me, told me, hey, come here, watch this. I was like, okay, because I just talked to him like 2 weeks ago. Can you check your Facebook? He passed away. That was the moment where I should have been crying because he meant so much to me. I couldn't cry. As a person that's gone through my own grief, I can remember one time I'm in the car. I'm bawling. I'm like, deal with this. It was a car. Parents, this chicken. So you would always say, first thing is, how are you doing? As Audrey can attest to this, every time him and I would get on the phone, just laughing. We would laugh from the beginning, and we would be on the phone for like hours. Hours just talking and just laughing. And his brother, oh my God. I remember one day, you remember that day when we were in the car together? We were going somewhere, and he was just talking his head off. Then I said, Philidor, what was your brother talking about? Gas, your gas is as good. But every time I feel like breaking down, because I'm going through my own grief, I can hear his voice. Cass, you're okay. I'm proud of you. That's all he would say all the time. I'm proud of you, sir. You're okay. I remember when I passed my test to become a mental health therapist, I called him. I knew you could. I knew you would do it, sir. I believe in you. You got this. So to the family, I want to say, I know you guys say that he's no longer here, but I don't agree. Philidor is here. Philidor lives in us. He's going to live through us because I know he's living through me right now. Because every time I have a moment, I can hear his voice. You got this, Carol. So to the family, I'm going to say is Philidor is living through us. The ones that we love, even though they're not here with us, but we carry them with us. The memories, because that's the only thing I can. When I think about Philidor, I just think about the memories that we had together. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you for loving him. I know he loved you. Thank you.
All right, this time, I welcome anybody up here for open tributes. But no, this is a time of celebration. So I ask that you, when you come up here, making us feel notorious, control. Ain't no tears. Like he said, Philidor, Junior. He's all in us. Junior will want us to live life. And I'll start this over trip with myself. The day that I got the call of what happened to Junior, I was at work. One of the largest cities out here in Miami-Dade County, Miami Gardens. And I was supposed to go into a meeting. And I got that call, and I just sat on that chair and broke down. And when emotions hit you, your body just starts to just break down. And you about to tear up. And I caught myself saying, you know what, I'm not going to be here today. I'm going home. And as soon as I got up, it's like I heard Junior said, what are you going to do when you get home? What are you going to do when you get home? Like, what are you really going to do? Are you going to sit home and really cry? And it brought me back to my faith. You are going to be judged on how you lived your life. And if you know Junior, Junior was a great man. He was an example. He was what we live through and say is Black excellence. I see all this green out here. It just reminds me of North Miami, Pioneer, Swamp Dogs. Swamp Dogs. You know what I'm saying? It's just positive. Just be positive. Yeah, it hurts. It really do hurts when we lose somebody. But we got memories. We got things we can celebrate. Hold on to those memories. Celebrate those. When you walk out of here with your whole family, be that person to sit in the gap. What Mozart said was true. Junior filled that gap. Philidor gave us that strength. Be that strength, be that gap for your family. And that's my open tribute to it. So you see how I did that, everybody? Less than 3 minutes. I like to meet my time as an MC. So I welcome anybody up here today to the stage. Rest assured, you have 3 minutes. Come on up, say a few words. Followed by my example, as Antoine said. I'm just saying.
Hey guys, my name is Kevin Faku, and I'm Junior's cousin. Now, as I sat here, I was listening to all of the positive things, but I want to tell you, he was a pain in my butt. I treated him like my little brother. I would spend a lot of summers either by him in Florida or in New York. And we always drove each other crazy. I remember there was one story. I'm trying to keep it positive. So there was one story where we were in Miami, and we were sleeping, and I don't think they had air conditioning, so we had the fan, right? So we had to sleep in a room together because Nina had her own room, and I would wake up in the middle of the night sweating. And I'd wake up and I'd be like, how's going on? And then when I would look, I'd just see Julie sleeping, the fan facing him. Again, turn the fan my direction. I was sleeping, and then I would wake up sweating. We would do this all night. The next day, went to Jersey, and she was like, "Go did you got some?" She's like, "Where are the boys at? What's going on?" And we are half awake. And she was like, yo, she would call us all kinds of names. I love her. But then I think about those memories, because those are the memories I cherish. Him coming to Brooklyn and us going to comic book shops, and we love superheroes and stuff like that. And when I heard Nina had called me, no, I think it was my brother who called me first and said, he had passed away, it really did hurt my heart. I actually had a meeting at like Mario. I was like, I can't do this meeting in front of all of these people, but I did think about what Junie would say, like, come on, man, you got to do this, and I went to the meeting, but after the meeting, what I thought about was just all of the fun times that we had as kids, bickering. Like I said, he was my little pain in the butt brother, and I'm going to miss him a lot. And you do have people. You have all of us, and you have me, and Audrey too. I mean, even though I'm in New York, we'll always be around and listen dearly. Thank you.
Man, there's 6 seconds left to spare. Shut up. Anybody else? Open mic. Come on up. Come on up. And if you guys can, anybody else have just line up right here for them. All right, got the timer on. You did a good job. All right.
Hi, Linda. Antoine is my ace. I mean, through college, you saw me, you saw Antoine. I remember going to Costco. He was like, we're gonna pick up my sister. Like that was just our fun. We're gonna go to Costco. And I remember one time it was like 11 at night. And I was like, I want calamari from Ginger Bay Cafe. He left his house to come pick me up to go to Ginger Bay Cafe. That was just the man that he is. I moved to Africa in 2004. He was one of the first people I told, and he was so excited for me. He was the only person that consistently wrote me in the 13 years that I was overseas, like would always check up on me and they had these like letters that were like envelopes. And he was like, look at the black man. Came up with this envelope. He was just like, this is ingenious. He just thought it was the greatest thing. Like there was always, as everyone has said, just everything positive, everything. Like he's the epitome of we listen and we don't judge. You can tell all kinds of things, and he just kind of, look at you and, okay, okay. And I remember when he met Audra, I have never seen him so happy. Like I have never, in the whole time that I've known, we've done crazy things and adventures, but when he would tell me about Audra, there was this joy that bubbled up inside of him. There was not, and I love you because of how much he loved you. Like there was just this joy that was contagious about how he spoke about you, about how I just knew you were the one. Just from the first time he told me, I had never seen him so happy in his life. And I was just so grateful for the joy you brought in his life. And I'm just grateful for the joy he brought into my life. There's, I don't know the words to say for the joy. You know what I mean? That when I think of him, that's what I think of, joy. When he talked about Nina like that, when he talked about the boys, joy. And so I think that's the thing that I just want to continue to think about, like that joy that he brought into my life and that I know he's brought into everyone else.
Oh, she did it in 5 seconds left. Come on up.
This is a little bit of pressure to meet the 3 minute maximum. But my name is Anaïs Auger, but teachers, we call each other by our last name, so I'm OG. And I started at North Miami Senior High School in the middle of the year. So it's February of 2010. So just imagine like coming into a classroom. I actually didn't have a class, I was a floater. So I had 5 different classrooms I had to go to, but every morning I had to go to Philidor's class. That was where I started, and he helped me out tremendously. But I learned very quickly how sarcastic he can be, how funny he is, and he did and said some of the craziest things. So, one thing that he started doing one year is like he would just try to get the kids' attention. And so, you do like the little call and response thing, but he just started saying, and the kids would look at him like, "What pineapple?" And then he started doing it in the middle of the hallway, and then, they got so used to it. They're like, like, why is he calling us and telling us pineapple? But that was just how he got their attention. It was totally random, but it worked. Another thing that he did, I think this is probably the craziest thing that he did. Kids are going to be kids. So when you write them a hall pass, they don't exactly go where they're supposed to go. So, they asked us to have hall passes for the bathroom, have a bathroom pass. He got a bathroom pass, all right. You know what it is? He literally purchased a toilet seat, the yellow hall pass, so the kid, you know, that they had to go to the bathroom. And, that's one of the craziest things that he did, but it worked. It was funny. I know some of the administrators didn't like it, but I will always remember that because I was so clapped. But yeah, I was, when he moved to Georgia, I was sad to see him leave, but I was so happy because I know you made him happy. I was looking through some texts, and when he was leaving, I wrote him, "Don't leave me, Philidor." And I said, "I want to hear good day in the morning. Who's going to keep me current? Who's going to keep me laughing?" And I said to him, who am I going to talk stocks with? And he says, "Disney has given me a 24% return." And I'm like, "Hey." And then his response is, again, something random. "Long live the mouse." Those are just the rap that he did, that he made you laugh. He always made you feel good. Audra, I'm so happy that I was able to attend your wedding. It was one of the best weddings I have ever gone to. I had so much fun. The shoe game, I learned so much about you guys from that. You guys had like the little mini hot sauce, I think it was. I just had so much fun. It was an intimate wedding, but it was the best experience. So I'm happy that he found love. I'm happy that he had you, Audrey. Thank you. Good day, everyone.
All right, it's an AK, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
I got 3 more here. I'm gonna let these 3 come on, so we can move forward for our next person. Come on.
Good afternoon. My name is Daniel Haynes. I happen to have met Mr. Philidor, as I always call him, and he addressed me as Mr. Haynes. Working in the science department of North Miami Senior. He was extremely kind-hearted and hardworking. He loved the students and he loved his colleagues. And I've never seen him without a smile on his face. I left there in 2014, and I didn't connect with him again until several years after through Facebook. And on Facebook, he always acknowledged everybody. Is like if North Miami had a special connection on Facebook, and he responded to everything that came from anybody from North Miami. And although I never hung with him apart from in the hallway and staff meetings. I knew that he was a very good person. And when I heard through Facebook that he had passed away, I didn't hear that he was ill. So how could he have passed away? At first I thought it was just a room. But then OG and the other people, were talking about this um, event today. I spent an hour and a quarter to drive here, but I had to be here for sure because of it. Thank you.
That's a teacher. He gets straight to the point. I like it. All right, next person, come on.
I'm gonna do my best to make it quick because I know Mario is watching me. So we're keeping it positive, but first, Mozart, Nina, Audra. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the loss. I'm sorry for all of us. I mean, I'm looking around this room, and if this isn't the definition of a life well lived, I don't know what it is. I don't know how Antoine had time to hang out with all y'all when he was hanging out with me. I mean, I'm so confused right now. I for a minute, but I'm like, still. So I have too many positive, fun stories with Tom. Um, the most the most impactful one is Antoine is the one who got me to leave my house on evening when I met my wife. He was there. Pat was there too. I gotta get Pat. But I mean that was Antoine. It's like, you're not gonna do anything. Let's leave. I'm like, bro, leave me alone. It's like, no, come on, let's go. We're gonna go to Pat's. Whatever, man. We're driving. And we pulled up to a Denny's, and I see this amazing woman with her face buried in it. And I'm like, Twan, who's that? And I'm listening to y'all say Twan didn't judge. But Antoine looked at me, he's like, oh, Chloe. And then he just continued on his way. I'm like, that don't answer my question. But yeah, he meant so much to me, and I know he meant a lot to all of you. And I remember Nick called me to tell me the news. And I said, you know what, Nick? I can't believe what you're telling me. Because if Twan was gonna die, he would have called me first. And I was like, to hear this from someone. So, God bless him. He did a lot of good. He touched a lot of people. Thank you.
It's good. That was love. But let's be clear. Twan was gonna make that call. He'd call me.
First of all, I'm speaking on behalf of TMG Group, in addition to myself. So a couple of years ago, right? We kind of all decided that we all kind of grew up together. We were in college together, so we said, why don't we all do business together? And long story short, by 11, originally 13, but let's say that 11 of us pulled together, and we started an investment firm, and it's called TMG Group. And when I say, I listen to you guys talk about how Twan was like the mediator, the middleman, the idea man, he was the educator. Twan brought all of that to us.
And when I say he was the glue, the person that brought all of us together initially was a gentleman named Dave, which I'm sure you guys know, and the person that held us together was Twan. And so we're talking about stories. We meet every Saturday, initially at 3 p.m. And every single Saturday, every single meeting, while we're in this meeting, you hear in the background that he's either working on something or he's with Audra. And we had one rule with the investment group. Don't take this the wrong way. I know there's a lot of wives here, but we had one rule since it's a whole bunch of African gentlemen. We said no wives are allowed in any of our meetings. And every single meeting, one wife that was part of the group knew everything, every single decision we made, every idea we thought about, every single thing. And I'll turn and I look at my wife and she's like, "Oh, but Twan has a wife and I said, look, I love you. That's a different kind of love. Like, like she is TMG, so that's different. And when I said he would run everything, every idea when we talk about things, we became a lot closer in the more recent years than even when we were in college. Like to the point where we would talk every day or text every day. When I say we would be on the phone, we have to talk for 2.5 hours at a time. So when Claude says, "I don't know how he found time to hang out with everybody," I believe that because I don't get it. But one thing that I do respect, well, not one thing, but one of the things I do respect very heavily is that in all those conversations when we're talking about our investment portfolios, when to buy Berkshires, hey, Warren Buffett's coming down, hey, we're going to take a trip, because we would always talk about these things on the side. But he would definitely make sure that we all stayed together. He's like, look, this might have happened. We might have had some conflicts. We might have had disagreements. But when I said he was an educator, he would kind of sit us down, even to, I think we were using Google at the time. He's like, look, so I use Google with the kids. This is what we're going to do. Mind you, we're a whole bunch of adults running an investment firm. And he is sitting us down, giving us like a breakdown of PowerPoint for Google. So long story short, when I said he made a difference in the past, the present, the future, and that's never going to change. That is never going to change. His impact has been made. And honestly, as we started TMG Group, and you've always been part of TMG Group, so on behalf of TMG, on behalf of myself, on behalf of anybody else that hasn't spoken, he made an impact on, my condolences. And as common places I can put this, Twan is him. He is him. And I believe that when people say that man plans, God laughs, it's because we're all here for a reason. We all have a role to play. And when he played the heck out of his role, even more than Madden, even more than every video game he beat all the time. So again, thank you for the opportunity to speak. We love you guys. Honestly, in terms of TMG, this is an extension of the love he had for you. We are here for any possible thing you could think about, whether you know it or not. So thank you guys and God bless.
G. One thing about entrepreneurs and investors, they know how to look at everybody's time and take advantage of everybody's time. And that's so shouts out to the investors of TMG Group, everything like that. So now, next up, I call up to provide us the eulogy. I call him Uncle Joe. Bring up Joseph Javert.
Good day. For the Haitians in here, bonjour. No, come on, Antoine would not. Bonjour. Even better, ça passe. Audra, Nina, you've blessed me today. Just standing here in front of everyone and to have the honor of speaking about Antoine, you've blessed me. We are all blessed. If Antoine was here sitting next to me in the back, Antoine would have nudged me and said, Make it quick. They got food. No clock needed. A eulogy has already been given by everyone's testimony of this great man. Antoine lived a phenomenal life. If we are half as loving, half as caring, half as honest, half as truthful, half as good as Antoine, we too will someday meet him at the gates of heaven. Because I have no doubt that's where my cousin is right now, looking down on us. I'm going to keep this short, keep it simple. I just want to bring it together as to who this man was in our lives and in my life. Antoine wore many hats. So if God blessed you to the point where you knew Antoine as a friend and you called him Antoine or Twan, like Nancy said earlier, you were blessed because you got a guy at your side filling the gap and being there for you 100% of the time. And it is always, are you good? You okay? You need anything? Never, ever, ever, ever asking for anything in return. You had to pry it out of him if you were lucky. If you were blessed by God to know Antoine as Mr. Philidor, or Philidor as a colleague, Mr. Philidor as a student, you were blessed. Antoine calls me and says, Joseph, I'm going to go teach at North Miami Senior High. I'm like, oh, alma mater, that's amazing, Twan. And he goes, yes, these kids are going to see you can make it. I'm like, Twan, you're going to be the greatest role model ever. 5,000 role models of excellence, there's Antoine. Coaching, there's Antoine. And it's one thing for me to hear it from other people. It's one thing for Twan to tell me how his days are going. And it's a total other thing for me to get to witness it. So one year I was lucky enough to serve as principal for a day at North Miami Senior High School. And the principal at the time had no idea Antoine was my cousin. So I said, you have a teacher here, Mr. Philidor. And he goes, oh man, he's one of my best, man. This guy, the kids love him. He's such a great guy, great example. I go, can you take me to his classroom? And we walked into Antoine's classroom. And we giggled. And I said, by the way, that's my cousin. He goes, what? He didn't need to know he was my cousin. He already knew Antoine was an amazing role model, teacher, colleague. Now, if you knew him as Philidor or Mr. Philidor, coach, you were blessed. But if you're part of the few that God said, I'm going to bless you with somebody, and you were family and you knew him, not as Junior, as Junior. Man, let me tell you, you had the best son, the best brother, the best cousin you could possibly ever have. Quick story. So I met Antoine when I was 8 years old. It sounds kind of weird, right? It's like, hey, what happened? So our moms had some beef back in the day over Rio, I'm sure. So here I am in Haiti, and my mom says, you're going to meet your aunt and your two cousins today. And I'm like, aunt and two cousins? So here comes my aunt, Tati Josette, with Junior and Nina. Oh, sorry, Petrovna. And then Antoine came in first, and I was huge like Antoine. And I saw Antoine, I was like, another light skinned Haiti. That's too. And then in Kamina, I'm like, she's bright skinned. Nina would bother Antoine. Antoine always had her back. Antoine had everyone's back at all times. Teacher, coach, cousin, brother, son. But to me, one of the most beautiful things I believe in is it's love. Love. You share love, you give love, you appreciate love. It's the greatest emotion in the world. And that day, Antoine called me and goes, man, I want you to meet somebody. Her name's Audra. I'm in love. Audra, thank you for making my cousin so happy. I drove through Georgia working once, and I called Antoine. These two know all the food spots. And I said, guys, I'm going to near Atlanta for a few hours. You want to grab a meal? Yep, I know a spot. Great breakfast spot. We met up for breakfast. The way he looked at you all the time. The way he simply said, that's my wife. Food. When you guys came down and we went to Casablanca on the bay, Audra got up to use the restroom. Antoine comes back to the table. Where's my wife? You know, there's a song by Nat King Cole, Love. And Audra, every time I hear it now, I really do think about you and Antoine, the love you shared when he says, love is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore and love. And that love that you shared with Antoine, it will never die. And one thing I never, ever, ever do, I don't like referring to those who have gone from this physical earth as had or in the past tense, because the memories that Antoine created will live on forever. They live on in us. They live on in our thoughts. They live on in everything that we do. The last piece of Antoine I'll share with you is this man is a great man. You know, the past 4 years I've been having cancer. Nina called me. I go through my phone. How you doing, sir? How's the chemo, sir? Are you recovering, sir? Just checking on you. This guy never stopped. Never, never, ever. And that's Antoine. But I have such peace knowing that Antoine got to experience the greatest feeling of all, love. And I have no doubt at the gates of heaven where my aunt, his dad, my mom arguing about what food they're going to make for him for his first meal and his beloved godfather also. Audra, Nina, Antoine lives in all of us, and you especially, because you got to see the most intimate, the most beautiful part of his heart that we sparingly saw from time to time. Thank you again for this honor. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all who spoke about my wonderful, beautiful cousin. Say, I love you. Say, thank you. Greet each other no matter how you're feeling with good day. Bonjour, ça va? Say, how are you? Life's short. Life's short. And thankfully, Antoine lived that life of bonjour, that passé, good morning, good day, because we have that to remember him by always. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Uncle Joe. With all that said, y'all know he's the biggest prankster in the family, so it's surprising to see Uncle Joe come up here with all this love and sharing. But that's the kind of motivation Junior did for us. You know, that was the big thing. So next up, lastly, we're gonna have anonymous from the family, and this is from, you know, I can't sing. Good job, Uncle Joe. When we listen to some of our old music, you know, Junior was good. We already know he was good as family. But you know that saying, you know, man's only good without a woman or a girl. Audra, let me tell you, you brought Junior to a whole nother level. I always heard about you. Always. And I remember when I was gonna go get my dog from Nina. I think you was busy. But Junior wanted me to see what it is to have a wife that loves you and cares for you. And I remember we went to go see the townhome you guys had. And he walked through it and he said, she got us this and got us that. We got an elevator to go in. You know, like, yeah. I didn't know how to girlfriend at that time. I was like, man, I wish my wife, one girl would do me like this. So with that said, Audra, I ask that you come up.
Wow. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Now, that day when he passed, I couldn't say that, but I knew God was there with me, and I knew God was with him. Looking out and hearing these recollections, these stories, love, compassion, friendship. Antoine had a sharp tongue on his mouth. And he would tell you some things in a very strong and strict way, but he meant it in love. He came from it in love. He gave in love. And I am not going to be up here long because I'm barely holding on. But your prayers have been appreciated. Your thoughts, your text messages, your calls, emails, letters, gifts sent and offered. You all do not know how at home Antoine would talk about this, talk about that. And I can't wait to share this. Or the next time we're back in Florida, we'll do this and go see this. And he loved. I overheard the stories, overheard the conversations he's had with so many of you all. And he always had a smile on his face when he spoke about people, when he spoke about the memories, the history, your past. And we had thoughts of visions, of future together. But I need to know that you all see that what he wanted for you, what he encouraged, prayed, and thought for you can still occur. Kids, future, next generation of this family, he had aspirations to see you go further than what he did, to see you progress to a point where you then carried the family next. To those cousins and aunts who were here and who remembered his mom and his dad and who loved him through food, through songs. I remember Auntie Carol, is power. And she would play the music. Oh, I remember the music that would just walk through the house. He would tell me stories about Haiti, about growing up in North Miami. He loved and was proud of his people, his country, his job, and who he was as a man. Antoine wanted everyone to have that same pride about his country, about his family, about his friends. And I need you all to please continue to remember him and remember what he stood for: encouragement, love, humility. Oh, but he could tell the story. And that story could go on and on too sometimes. But he meant every word of it. And he wanted you to enjoy your lives.
And please, please do not ever forget that Antoine loved you each and all so very much from the bottom of his heart. Now, I can tell you about how he meant to me. He was my everything. That was my sweet thing. And it is very difficult to say goodbye. But as you all generously give of me and give to me, he is with us. He will always be with us. And I'm holding on to that. And I am clinging to that fact that Antoine is here and that he will be with us always. So I thank you for coming out. There's something in the back. Please take an opportunity to read. I cannot say thank you enough to everyone who took time out of your day, schedule, call, come by, to speak, to text. It means more than I could ever say. And I want you to know from my heart that it means a lot to me, and I definitely know it means a lot to Antoine. So thank you all again. Thank you and thank you. I love you.
Thank you. All right, y'all. As Uncle Joe said, I'm like, yo, you gotta wrap this up. Time to eat. So as we come to the close of this gathering, let us carry forward the spirit of Antoine Philidor, a man who was resilient in love, steadfast in kindness, and unwavering in his belief of encouragement to change the world. Junior didn't just speak about love, he lived it. He made it his mission to lift others, to spread joy instead of conflict, and to remind us that even in the toughest moments, love will always be our greatest strength. Let us continue to honor him by choosing love over division, by lifting each other up as he did so effortlessly to all of us. And let us keep his beloved wife and his family in our prayers, surrounding them with the same warmth and support that Junior gave us freely. A heartfelt thank you to everyone who brought flowers and plants, a beautiful reminder of how much Junior meant to you, how much he was loved and cherished. And most importantly, thank you to everyone who joined us online, especially Lithium Springs High School family. One thing I know, Swan loved you guys. He taught highly of you guys. That school, the students, and his role as part of the faculty brought so much joy to him. The work he did there pleased him, and he carried that with pride in his heart every day. May we leave here today, not just in remembrance, but with a renewed commitment to spread love as Junior did so effortless. Thank you all, and may God bless you. As we conclude this celebration of life, we invite you to continue sharing these memories and fellowship with us. The repast will begin immediately following the service. We can smell all the good food. Please join us as we come together in love and support, just as Junior would want us all. Thank you all again for being here. Audrey, thank you for this. This meant a lot to me. To everybody out here, I close this by saying peace, love, and soul. Let's continue to live on the way Junior would want us to live. Thank you. A couple of house announcements. Somebody has a flip phone, look like a flip phone, orange case. Oh, look. Of course, Junior took it from you and left it in there and has that back. All right, so everybody, this is a time of fellowship. No more need to sit down and watch your pretty face. You got to and that's all. Let's spread love. Love you guys.